Ancient Horror Stories. Episode 5. Young people at that time had 3 options after graduation. One is to join the army. This is the best place to go. One is exercise. The second is to change careers in the future and distribute jobs. The second is to stay in the city as a worker. That's not bad either. You can earn a salary. The worst are the ones that don't get in. It doesn't matter, or the home is affected. Those young people, you can only go to the mountains and the countryside to cut the queue. You want to say I choose the 4th way? I'm not going anywhere. Can I just stay at home? That won't work either. No idle person said that at that time. Everyone is a driving force behind socialism are useful. You're going to stay at home. Neighborhood committee run by the educated youth of like a marquee every day to mobilize you. But some persevered in the end. Don't cut the queue. What can you do to me? In the end, such people stayed in the city. Also arranged work. That's what happens in China. We can't tell. The more you live, the more confused you are. Never know what the rules are. And the rules of money are not understood by everyone. I was too young. I don't know what's going on in the mountains and going to the countryside. Anyway, I come from a family like mine. If you want to join the army, you definitely don't expect Stay in the city and no one cares about arranging work. There's nowhere else to go. Whenever I want to cut the queue, cut the queue. I'll treat it as a vast world of love hearts. Leave home anyway. Plug it in as far as possible. Most of us here choose to go to Yunnan. Xinjiang cut the queue. I chose to go to Inner Mongolia. Like me, there is also my buddy Wang Kaixuan. He is whiter than usual. Fat, so he's called Fat. The place where we cut the queue is called Gangbang Camp. I've never even heard of this place before. Until they told me to go to Harbor Camp. That's when I realized there is such a place in the world. By train, no one came to see us off when we left home. Compared to those who go to the army, the warm farewell scene of the army, we educated young people leave home a bit. Tragic. I only carry that one with me. The 16 characters hidden on the rooftop of the public Yin toilet. Yang Feng Shui secretary. I don't know what kind of book this is. Except this is my house. The only thing that remains. I want to take it with me. Just take it out and take a look when you feel homesick. Although it is Inner Mongolia, in fact it is not far from Heilongjiang. It's almost the border with Outer Mongolia. The residents are also mainly Han Chinese. There are only a few barbarian alliance clans. If you haven't been to Harbor Camp, you'll never know how tough that place is. There are a total of 6 people in our wave of educated youth. 4 men and 2 women. I was dumbfounded when I arrived, surrounded by rolling mountains and the endless virgin forest. Out of the village, you can't see half a figure even if you walk 100 miles. There's no road here at all, let alone power up. Lighting an oil lamp belongs to the treatment of cadres. Use the flashlight in this place. It's like living in the presidential suite now. You can't imagine that in the city. We thought that all over the country. It's all upstairs and downstairs, lights and phones. But it also felt fresh at the time. I have never seen such a big mountain. Many things produced in the mountains are also eaten for the first time. The mountains around here are richer. There are many mountain goods. You can also catch fish in the river. Don't worry about not having enough to eat. Later, after returning to the city, I heard them go to Shanxi to cut the queue. They are really bitter. I haven't seen a decent grain in years. Food. Educated youth's work is not too heavy because this place depends on the mountain. Not many crops are grown. On summer evenings, we take turns going to the fields to look at the crops. For fear of being eaten by wild animals. So there has to be 1 or 2 people every night. They spend the night in the fields. Crops in the mountains, not like the 1,000-mile green gauze tent like the North China Plain, is 1 piece east and 1 piece west. Open a field wherever it is flat. So go out often at night. Just in time for me to hang out with the fat guy this night. The fat man is sleeping in the hut. I went out for a walk. It's okay. Go back to sleep. When you're about to reach the hut, I saw it not far from the thatched shed. There's a white shadow with a big reunion. I rub my eyes and take a closer look. It's really not blurry. But it was dark. I can't see what it is. I didn't believe in ghosts back then. What animal do you think it is? So I grabbed a stick. Want to drive it away? In total darkness, something white. And it's still shaking slightly. What the hell is this? They don't look like animals. But if it weren't for animals, why is he moving? It's too dark and I don't have kerosene lamps for lighting. Can't tell what that is. I'm not afraid of ghosts, but in the face of the unknown, there is still some fear. I dare not swing the stick and go directly to fight. The stick in my hand. It's actually a thick branch picked up from the ground. I gently poked it with a branch. Poked that pile of white things. Very soft. Suddenly in the dark I heard the fat man shouting, "What are you doing? Why are you stabbing me in the butt with a branch?" A false alarm. It turned out that the fat man ate unclean fruit during the day, squatting there to let go a hair at night. The big white, but that saved him in the dark, is conspicuous. The next morning, the fat man insisted that I compensate him, claiming to have scared me to death last night with over 1 million brain cells. I said, "Can your brain have that many brain cells? You and I are both poor bachelors. The highest acceptance is only to come to the countryside. Receive the necessary poor and lower middle peasants to educate you. What do you want me to compensate you with? I can tell you in advance. As your close revolutionary comrade, all my belongings. Only what you are wearing now is left. The last pair of pants. You wouldn't ask me to compensate you with these pants, would you?" The fat man said with a wicked smile that it was unnecessary. I was in the group yesterday, in the old forest in the mountains, saw a very large honeycomb. You're going with me to poke the beehive. Let's get some honey flush to drink. He can also use honey and swallow his father. Eat rabbit meat instead. Swallow is a girl's name. His father is a famous old hunter in the village. Fatty and I both live in his educated youth spot. The two women often go hunting in the mountains. Invite us to eat game from time to time. We have always felt that. I feel bad about eating other people's food. But we are so poor, there's nothing to pay back. Please swallow, women. The fat man found a large honeycomb. We decided to bring some honey back for the swallows. Both are short-tempered. Just do it. I used to be in town. Fatty and I are both in the military region. Famously naughty king. Poking a hive is nothing. Tricks 10 times more powerful than this are often played. I'm afraid of getting lost. He asked Swallow to borrow his hound. This is a half-sized puppy. He was raised by the swallows themselves. Swallow named the puppy Chestnut Yellow. I haven't been willing to take it out hunting yet. See, we're going to Tuan Shan to play. He lent us the dog. Tuan Shansi is not far from our village in a straight line. But because there is no road, it took half a day to go over the mountains and mountains. This forest is huge. The villagers had warned us not to go in. Said there were bears in there. We have seen there is a man in the village with only half his face. I met Ren Zhang here when I was a child. Fortunately, Yanzi's father arrived in time. The gun scared away Hitoshi, rescued him, but the child's face, or was he licked by Ren Zhang? The tongue of a human bear is covered with raw meat spines. He licked off a chunk of meat. He has no eyes or ears on the left side. The nose and mouth are also crooked. I'm over 40 and can't get a wife. The old people in the village talked about him. You're going to cry? Although we are brave, I dare not enter the virgin forest rashly. The hive the fat man was talking about. It was when he and the villagers came to pick pine nut oil, found at the edge of the forest. Honeycomb, on a big tree outside the woods near a creek. But when unexpected, the beehive is too big. Than we used to. The ones that have been poked add up to bigger. From a distance, it's like hanging a head from a tree without four. A calf with limbs is dark inside, and the huge shelter is flying around. The humming is deafening. I said, Chubby, just fuck me. Is that a beehive? It's a giant wasp bomb. This is going to explode. The fat man said yes. If it was an ordinary honeycomb, would I still need to find you? I solved it myself. How dare you do it? I said, what is this? Our team is invincible. Not even the planes and tanks of U.S. imperialism. Can you be afraid of a few little bees? All his grandma's paper tigers. Damn it. Today we will eat honey. That being said, but you can't do it recklessly. If you make a mistake, you will be stung alive by a wasp. This wind is so strong. Must be poisonous. You don't have to take 1 or 2 more hits and it's over.